Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 25th of October. Wellington City Council have agreed to fork out up to $147 million more on increased costs for strengthening the city's town hall. It was declared earthquake-prone and shut in 2013. The latest budget blowout, plugged by this afternoon's vote, could mean a final bill of $329 million. Councillor Nicola Young isn't happy with the price rise, but supports finishing the revamp.
The restoration of the town hall must be completed. The project needs certainty and it needs it quickly.
The Green Party says the government's being deliberately careful with its language and calling for a humanitarian pause in Gaza. Outgoing Prime Minister Chris Hipkins, in consultation with Chris Luxon, this morning joined calls for humanitarian corridors in the Gaza Strip and designated safe areas that can't be targeted. Green Foreign Affairs spokesperson Golriz Gaharman says the government's trying to keep step with traditional allies like the US.
Towing the line is absolutely unacceptable. We should be an independent, principled voice calling for a complete ceasefire and an end to the occupation.
An 87-year-old woman's died after being struck by a truck in the Waikato town of Te Awamutu this morning. Researchers have the green light for growing psychedelic mushrooms for a new study. The Health Ministry has given Tairāwhiti biopharmaceutical company Rua Bioscience a licence to grow mushrooms containing psilocybin. Rangiwaho Marae will use them in clinical trials, hoping the substance can eventually be used to help people addicted to methamphetamine and other substances. Rua Bioscience CEO Paul Naskey says they're thrilled to get permission.
It's a great moment, to be honest, because of the fact that it's first in New Zealand, the first time this has ever been done, psilocybin grown under this sort of licence in a legal sense.
Examination of a Miramar home has ended, where 62-year-old Irene Katsuyanis was found dead last week. Her son died in Hong Kong on the day her body was discovered. Our newsroom understands he's suspected of killing her. Hopes Christmas will bring businesses a cash bounce. The latest Retail NZ sales index for the third quarter shows many retailers sat in a holding pattern before the election. 59% reported increasing prices and just 57% felt confident their businesses would survive the next year. Chief Executive Carolyn Young says it's been tough.
It's 100% important that businesses are able to meet their targets in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, they may need to pull other levers.
And the outgoing sports minister's off to Paris. Grant Robertson says he'll represent the government at Sunday's World Cup final in France. And in sport, New Zealand Rugby's head of referees wants to see union follow in the direction of Rugby League's NRL. It comes as governing bodies across the world try to tackle the persistent and hurtful abuse of refs. All Blacks forwards coach Jason Ryan is dismissing any relevance from the semis ahead of the World Cup final. The Denver Nuggets have tipped off their NBA basketball title defence with a 119-107 win over LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers in Colorado. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.